they're pimped, and they're used for their natural resources, for their land, for their labor, whatever it may be. It's the same way that the major label superpowers come to the underground, which is the third world of hip-hop, and they come and exploit us for anything. And they tell us the only way we could be successful is if we sell everything of our culture to them. You know, give us your masters, give us your publishing, sign a 360 deal, give a piece of the merch, and then the motherfucking shows that you do. And in the same way, that's what happens when a first world nation or a superpower goes to Africa or Latin America or Central America or everywhere else in the motherfucking world. They say the only way you little savage people can be civilized is to privatize your water, privatize your transportation, privatize your telecommunications, your communications, sell us the rights to your oil, your motherfucking diamonds and all that. And since I refuse to do that, and I refuse to have them have the capacity to control what the fuck I say, I've always done this independently. We've been fighting a guerrilla war with nothing for the soul of hip-hop. Because some bitch-ass niggas think that hip-hop is just completely over and there's nothing else and we should just go with the flow, and why y'all niggas care about shit like that. And that's cool, because I leave that to y'all. But for me, it's always been about the culture. It's always been about the people. Para nuestra gente. Because they demonize us on TV all the fucking time. You know what I mean? They say that we responsible for bringing drugs into this motherfucking country. Like the U.S. don't supply every nation, Afghanistan, that bring the heroin in there, controlled by the U.S. Where the majority of the cocaine come from? Colombia and Peru. And who supplies their military and controls their government? This nation. So while America's not the great Satan, I believe that it finds little Satans to do its work all around the world. We created a Saddam Hussein. We created a Manuel Noriega in order to facilitate what the fuck we needed to do out there. And then we act like we have no responsibility. I work with a lot of brothers coast to coast. I got a lot of brothers on the West Coast, a lot of Salvadorian peoples. And I tell them all the time, my brothers, that when you invest $1.8 billion like this government did in El Salvador, the Civil War, because you step out of that, that don't mean it neglects your moral responsibility. If y'all having a fight and I come in the room and I give her a set of kitchen knives and I step the fuck out and lock the door and say, handle your business, ma. Even though I'm not in the room, I'm directly responsible for what the fuck goes on in there. So there's a correlation involved with our presence there. And we always find different ways of deflecting that and act like we're not responsible for it. But we are responsible for it. We are the people. We are hip-hop. And that's the truth of the culture, motherfucker. Anybody tell you different is a bitch-ass nigga. Real, man. You see me, son. A lot of niggas think that wealth, and they get it twisted. They think wealth is having cars and chains. That don't mean shit. Let me tell y'all niggas, son. I'll tell y'all a little story. You know, back in the days, during the time of slavery, they didn't allow black people in the stores. So the white slave master would drive his little buggy or cart or whatever, and he would leave his black slaves to fuck outside with the cart. And the other masters would go inside the store and they would buy supplies they needed for the plantation or the house. And outside the store, the slaves would argue amongst themselves about what master had better food on the plantation, or what master had the nicer chains, because the ones that were rusted and chipped used to give the slaves diseases. Or they would argue about what master let them breed with better looking women, because in the past that's what they used to do to make stronger, better slaves. And these slaves used to fight amongst one another outside the general store all the time, fighting whatever, and the master would come the fuck out. Now, it's too deep for some people to hear, and they don't give a fuck about that because they're enslaved in their own mind. But the funny part is the masters would come outside the store and they would see them doing this, and they would make bets about whose slave was stronger and whose slave was better. And look how far we've come. Because now, we still niggas in front of a motherfucking store on the corner, or on a corner, fighting over blocks that aren't ours, fighting over projects that don't belong to us, motherfucker, fighting over diamonds and gold, and we don't own the ground from where it come the fuck out of. How the fuck far have we really come? We banging on ourselves, we banging on our own people, and we destroying ourselves. The spirit of hip-hop is the spirit of revolución. Y la gente que dice eso, que no sabe eso, son unos desgraciados de mierda. Mira, nos compraron el alma barata, hasta la sangre nos sacan, atacan, y con un contrato te atrapan, pero primero me matan, hermano, porque prefiero morir peleando que ser esclavo. Industria sucia, toma lluvia de ácido, aprende la historia de hip hop clásico. Cuando controlan el negocio y la cultura, la música se vuelve en commercial basura, y la reina latina pintada como gallina es más que bailarina o puta puta en la esquina. Es abogada, profesora, madre, soldada y carga nuestro futuro cuando está embarazada. Mira nuestra gente crucificada y la manera desgraciada que estos perros no hablan de nada, solo fiestas y riqueza que la gente no tiene. Así que ahora vas a ver la violencia que viene. Un movimiento de verdad ha empezado, peleando, liberando los pueblos encarcelados, golpe de estado y seremos independientes. Es hora de revolución nuevamente. I love you, Chicago. I'm gonna see you tomorrow.